Hello there. So today I'd like to talk about some strategies that we can implement when we may be going through a struggle in our life. So recently something happened in my life that really disrupted my routine. I have a pretty good routine when it comes to studying and doing all the work I'd like to do. And because of this issue, everything sort of just, uh, got completely disrupted. And I found it really, really hard to focus and study and just continue with how I was going. And so I felt the need to find some way to get back into things. And the thing with me was I felt that my responsibilities overall increased. So a lot of time that I would spend on things on a daily basis, I could not anymore because I had all these other responsibilities. And so I came up with the idea of using the Pomodoro technique in this instance. Now, in the past, when I've used the Pomodoro technique, the issue that I've had with it is that the time goes by too fast. So 25 minutes, I feel, is not enough to really get into the flow of your work. I generally spend 2 hours on a task and, take an hour break. So that's what my routine is. 2 hours study, 1 hour break, 2 hours study, 1 hour break. However, this wasn't really working because I had all these extra responsibilities. I had to take care of people in the house, and maybe cook sometimes and clean the house and stuff like that. And I couldn't really do that stuff because I had to be present and I was sometimes called for help. So from that perspective, the Pomodoro technique seemed like a good idea because 25 minutes is not that much time. If you sort of sit down and you tell people around you that, oh, I'm going to study for the next 25 minutes, they probably can hold off sort of requests they may have for you, or any responsibility that you have. You probably could hold it off for at least 25 minutes and then focus on that in the 5-minute break that you have. And honestly, I feel like you can do a lot in 5 minutes if you sort of get to it as soon as possible. So that's something that started to really help me, and I was able to do really good work because of that. So yeah, I think implementing something like the Pomodoro technique for example, if you are feeling really, really anxious or depressed, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, how, people that have sort of anxiety or depression, I've experienced anxiety, but I don't think you have that much control over when you start feeling terrible. And that can really, really disrupt a lot of things, You might be going really, really well for the first 3 weeks of university, and then all of a sudden, you get a depressive episode, and you're not able to study at all. And you've been working hard and stuff like that, and then you're not able to get out of bed. It just disrupts your whole routine. So I think this might be helpful for people that may be going through that, telling themselves to sort of oh, just work for 25 minutes and then you can rest for 5 minutes. I think could really help. Or if you're in a situation where a friend of yours needs your help, and they require you to be on call or on text quite frequently, I think they would be appreciative of you telling them, hey, listen, I'm not available for 25 minutes, and for 5 minutes I can speak to you, but then I have to go study because obviously you have to be there for yourself as well. So yeah, I felt quite productive when I started implementing this routine in this sort of unprecedented time that I just fell into. Yeah, so that's something that I would recommend. Now that things have quietened down a little bit, I felt that it might be a good idea to sort of change things around a little bit. And so instead of doing the Pomodoro technique, because like I said before, I feel like time goes by really, really fast. 25 minutes is really not enough to get into the full state of things. What I've done is I've told myself to study 45 minutes, have a 5-minute break, study for 45 minutes again, then have a 5-minute break, and then study for 25 minutes. So that's a 2-hour cycle. And I think it works really well because I think you are supposed to avoid sitting for no longer than 45 minutes. So it helps because once the 45-minute timer goes off, I just get up and walk around. And that really helps because I feel like I'm not, contributing to a variety of diseases in the future. So yeah, that's something new that I've been trying. In conclusion, if you are going through something and it's disrupting your routine, you're not able to study as well, maybe consider the Pomodoro technique. Or if you feel that you are not sort of moving around enough through the day, maybe try implementing the 45-minute, 5-minute rule, where you study for 45 minutes, take a 5-minute break, because it allows you to sort of move around and be more active, and it prevents you from sort of becoming a sloth. Yeah, anyway, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys are taking care of yourself, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.